Alright, hello and welcome back to Battle of Behemoth 3, where today we'll look at the only Skaven warband in the tournament, brought to you by the mod maker himself, Paranoia. He took the Skaven, otherwise nobody would, so he was kind enough to take them. I don't think I've ever seen him play Skaven, so personally I'm kind of excited. So we won't have to worry too much about poison, I guess, as he's the only poison warband, potentially. If you ignore what Cult can do. So it should help him, I feel. He does have two Rat Ogres looking at that, so that's interesting. We'll see how they're built. So without further ado, we have Slit Slash Filth, the Assassin Adept, the only one. He starts with Defensive Breach, which helps him hit in ranged and melee. And then he has Dodge Bypass. And of course he's melee only, so cheaper order skills, which we see here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Guidance. It looks just like it. Poison Expert. Attacks bypass 30% of your poison resistance. He is acrobatic. It gives him just maximums. He took the basics, so this only gives maximum. I think it was kind of free for him. And what I mean for free is, I think he starts at, well, I guess maybe it only takes 9 agility. So, yeah, he basically can take it right out the gate. Some of the units that aren't Skaven struggle to get to this 9 agility, and then you've spent most of your physical points just getting to the 9 agility. Hello. So he just wants it for the stat increases. Oh, well, maybe the fleeing as well. Knowledge and Mordheim, 9 meters movement. And Commander increases chance to pass route tests. Skill I've never seen. So let's see, he's got 15. What is it, times 4, I want to say? So 60, now 70% chance. So you might want to kill this guy if you want him to route. Guidance Mastery, so he doesn't have to worry about it. I think it's easy to master, so 2 skill points. Deaf Stance, so he may be wanting to decrease his initiative and then 2-turn you. And then Ready Stance, so it very much looks like that. Combat Focus Mastery, so he will not miss anything. And Exhaustion, so looks like he wants to get around the map. Maybe the extra for OP, switching weapons, Deaf Stancing. I'm sorry, SP. Move around the map, and then he really just wants to land poison. He has Poison Blades on, so he will be a poison build. And then we look at Hit, Poke, Stick, Staff. The Eshin leader that he has to have. So Warp Resonance, pick up a stone for 3 turns. This is Paranoia. You get to have increased casting chance for 3 turns. I kind of like this one. It can be rough if you take the +1 OP to casting, but generally the fact it lasts 3 turns and doesn't feel that strong, it's basically the consumable Drought of Concentration. Literally the same thing, but as a passive and dependent on words down. Pretty cool. It's kind of a nice skill, I think. Nicely balanced. Born Leader, of course. Mastery Study, only 2 skill points to get an extra slot. Battle Tongue, so he can probably order, yes. Improved Casting. He wants to put probably Sorcerer's Curse or maybe Gaze of the Horned Rat. He also might have Lightning. Ad Rush for 10 OP. Mastery Introspection, so even more OP. I don't know, maybe for orders. This is a free order right here, so you can do 4 orders, which he has. Guidance Mastery again for the Rat Ogre, and then Deaf Stance again to slow down, and then suddenly 2-turn you. So this is a strategy he used before. Yeah, I have a window here to stream these. Wither Mastery, he took the Mastery version, reduces your stats, your physical stats by 4, and reduces movement. And he has better movement than you. There's the Sorcerer's Curse for getting past your armor and then more dodge and parry. Bless with Filth, stacking poisons. Look at this, Enshrouding Mist, stacking more. No, I'm sorry, this is for melee resistance bypass. Thinking of this one, this is Warp Mist. This is poisons. So these are kind of my favorite spells for him as well. No Lightning or Gazed, so 100% the Wither and the Sorcerer's Curse are what improved casting is for. Skaven are dangerous. I'm surprised people didn't take more Skaven. Then you have Paste Gore Punch Claw. We'll see in the stats if you'll know which ones he's bringing, because he has two. So he has Fear. He starts with Fear, reducing your strength and alertness, but he can be Serenitied. He has Swift Counter, which is pretty typical. Yeah, he has them on. With a Liquidy Rat Ogre, it's really easy to regain OP and just keep swinging. So a lot of people take Enfeeblement against this fella. Another reason to take Taunt. Or Threaten. It's Threaten. Sorry, Threaten, which he has here. It makes you use OP, so you want to get rid of his Swift counters. And then he has Underdog, so he wants to crit you. So do not put 2 units against this guy. Something tells me he has Art of Silent Death. There it is. So you can get 62 when you engage him with 2 units, and when he hits you, they will hurt. He has Intimidate if he's decided he wants to lose Art of Silent Death. I mean, this is for a henchman. He took Mastery. So you can really get, say you put a zombie on him and he says, no thank you. He knocks it off. And then he does have Vital Strike. So this is a crit Rat Ogre build with Threaten. I think it's free, right? So why not? Exhaustion. For 10 SP and 70 meters movement, this guy can get around. This is a scary looking warband. And then Insult, basic, to try to hit things. Which he also then had other skills. The Mists. This guy had his own skill. What was it? Combat Focus. So that won't help the Rat Ogre. But he's trying to make sure he hits you. And this is Hidden Mountain. So the stats are a little... It's going to be hard to tell which one he's taking. That's 20, 86. So this one's slower. That might be your... Right away you'll know which one he's taken if you're fighting him. I don't think this is unfair. Like if you have 2 of the same unit, it can be a little confusing. So I think it's fair to know which one you're fighting. So the slower one seems to be the crit build. Though this might be a crit build too. I honestly don't know. They're very small HP. So kind of glass cannons. Starts with Fear again. He has Concealment. So there might be a strategy here, right? He brings this for certain warbands. Weak Spot. So this feels like the Daredevil. This is the 2 classic standard Rat Ogres, so it's fun to see. You got Weak Spot for dodge bypass. Some magic resistance. Not great with the Rat Ogre. This is probably with Amulet. Okay, it's not spell breaking, so that can climb a bit more. And he does have Frenzy. So this is like the anti-magic, anti-ranged build. Knowledge of Mordheim, even more movement. Daredevil and Frenzy for max damage. And then he wants to slow down and then 2-turn you. Okay. So he drops down to 56. Next turn he jumps up suddenly. He has Black Hunger for even more dodge bypass and then Add Rush for 5 attacks. So this is the World Eater, which kind of implied in the name. This is just a glass cannon, if you can call it that, of a Rat Ogre. So you got your glass cannon, you got your crit. Then you got your poison, I want to hit things build, and then your support order guy. So on to then only 4 heroes now. We'll look at the 2 Night Runners. Swarm Twin. He has Fleet-footed after successful jump down. Successful. He can gain 3 meters movement. Skill drives me insanely. I mean, this is not a time to talk about the mod, but it's very frustrating that it has to be successful. Acrobatic, again, it's basically free for Skaven. It increases his stat maximums. Combat movement, easier for him to get away if he doesn't like the engagement. Poison, or basically he can be a hit and run, would be my guess. Poison Expert, Athletic Expert, well, just in case. There's still 95, but I think that's free. But you want to pass the jump down with this guy to get the bonus. Mastery Exhaustion for running across the map. Add Rush, I would guess, is related to maybe hit, disengage after an Add Rush or swap weapons. I'm not sure how the math would work. I still think it only costs 1 OP, right? So you can hit, hit with your poison, add rush and disengage. Def stance for this and ready stance, so 2 turning people is a big thing. It looks a lot like the leader combat focus mastery, ready stance mastery, and def stance. He's trying to smatter in a decent amount of range resistance too. It does have range resistance with this. It's not just about the any jumps. You can see his little friend here, Swarm Twin. This is telling me it's the exact same. Acrobatic basic, poison mastery expert, combat movement, athletic. It does look the same. Ready stance, combat focus, exhaustion, all mastered, basic. So they're the same build. So if you've seen one, you've seen both. I would guess one has leather and one has cloth. I don't know. Yeah, that was the only thing. I was looking at the stats on the left. The only thing that jumped out was this changing, and that's just because of the leather. Okay, so maybe they fit with this guy. They're basically the same team. Then we have the actual hero Eshin. He has, again, Warp Resonance. He has Quick Reload, so he's a ranged build. Improved Casting, so he's a ranged caster. Like, he does range damage or casts, which I think is a very good build. Poison Expert, Mastery, Break Defenses, so he really does want to hit you. He doesn't want to run into melee resistance teams. Numbing Poison, so this one removes, I think, strategy, yeah. So none of the active ability. Can't remember what it's called. Not the leg shot, but anyway, he can remove 2 SP here. Mastery Exhaustion, Basic Guidance, Intensity, and Swift Jump, the free. Very common taken free actives to try to save SP moving around the map. Yes, not a lot of defensive. This is very much a 300 HP, 500 HP. This one's 600. Kill or be killed, and he'll readily admit to that every time. Glass cannons, yeah, I guess you could say. And then we have basic wither, so he can stack this with the mastery. That's 3 meters movement loss and 7 of your physicals. Pretty brutal. That helps with poison bypass, taking less damage, dodge bypass. Blessed with filth, I think both are mastery now. Now this is mastery warp mist to stack with the basic. And then I think they both had mastery and shrouding mist. So this one cannot bypass your armor. That's the one thing I think he's struggling with too, is armor, which Skaven do struggle with. If you veto the Eshin, the only way to get around it is poison, which poison's effective, but it takes a while. Or if you could try to resist or numb the jaw strike, you know, find some way to get him not using that as much. I think they'll struggle a bit with armor. And this guy can crit past it, so there are tools to get past it. And then the Poison Wind Globadier, it's fun to see one of these. Literally the only one in the whole game, because no one else can take Poison Wind Globadiers, and only one person has Skaven. So I'm glad we see one. It looks like a ranged version. He gets Quick Reload. Potent Globes, which helps his poisons land. Break Defenses for more melee bypass. Trick Shooters for 5% more chance to land his shots. This just saddens me to say. There's got to be better passives, uniques that he has. Like the one where you pick up a stone. I don't know. That's not my build. Poison Expert basic for basic bypass, going with Potent Globes, which he starts with the Poison Globe. There's the Lure, so if you see a stone out of place, beware. It will take your... So supposedly this is current OP. It doesn't necessarily reduce your maximum. So if you just happen to have some, it will not reduce your maximum, though, per Paranoia. But it will reduce your movement, along with Wither. So you got to watch that. Exhaustion, basic again. A lot of mobility in his warband. Then he has the debuff globe, the warp globe. And these can stack, and it's random. So you can keep losing a bunch of crit resistance Poison resistance, magic. He likes any of these with his warband. So this guy, you can't pick what it is, but any of them are helping him, it looks like. And then he does have the Strangling Globe, which can be pretty brutal. It's very expensive for him, and it only lasts a turn. It's one of these one-turn skills that tricks you because you think it would be two. There's a few of these still in the game. For some reason, Skaven have two of them. Basic Guidance, which he doesn't have, and then Basic Strangling Globe are only one turn, just like Sinful Speech. And you'll have to take an antidote to remove this. So he'll take half of his turn to stop you from casting for that turn, because he does not have Mastery. So this is one of the unique things in Sinful Speech for stopping you from casting, along with, you know, Jaw Strike, Burn the Witch, but those don't prevent you. They just make it harder. These literally prevent you. So it also prevents Order, by the way. Okay. Cough, cough. So there you go. Poisons and crits. It wants to kill you quickly. Then we have 3 warps and 3 verminkin. Basil, the herb, or the city. We're not sure. I think that's Basel. Flash parry basic. 110 with a halberd. Not bad. Quick recovery. He wanted more martial for maybe the weapon skill for that parry. Resilient, so he's not crit. And then Blitz. Interesting. Increases ambush range. I think that one's free. So maybe it's not. It doesn't say free to train. But that's a little different. So he can protect his units. You usually see the charge version like Bull Rush. So maybe that one is 2. Exploit positioning. Again, to reduce your melee resistance along with insult. So he really wants to land his poisons, is what you're seeing as a theme. Onslaught is now the ambush version, I'm sorry. It allows you to charge or ambush, like run across the map to do ambush damage, increase hit chance, but then you also get a parry. So, and then he gets those in the Web of Steel and Exhaustion. So he has a lot of mobility as well in this team. So just a really sticky wicket right here. He does not have heavy armor though. This is a leather build. He could drop it on for free and have 6 meters movement like every other unit in the game. So he doesn't necessarily have to stay in leather. A big advantage that Skaven have. Matthias has flash parry, blitz, resilient, and quick recovery as well. Looks like the same build. Insult, combats. Oh, savvy. This one's different. Increases melee resistance. Or did I missay that one? I'm curious. Yeah, exploit positioning. This is to reduce melee resistance. Is this a mistake? This is the increase. I haven't seen any melee resistance builds. I wonder if they mistakenly took that. He's not here to tell us. Web of Steel, Onslaught, and Exhaustion. I haven't seen a single melee resistance build. It may be a mistake. He'll let us know. And maybe he'll fix that. Maybe that's what he wanted. No. This one has flash parry, quick recovery, resilient, and this one now has armor proficient, so that's different. This one has guidance. I don't think the other one did, and ignore pain, so he's the tanky one. This one still has insult, web of steel, and exhaustion, so a little different. Do none of them have ad rush? So his units are very prone to taking away an OP. If you throw an ice on him, deny the heretic, Righteous Fury, these guys will kind of suffer a bit with halberds out. It's always risky to not have ad rush on henchmen for that reason, especially if you're walking around with two-handers. So we'll go to the Verminkin. Boy, this is a very crit henchman. So it has Warp Rage. You pick up a stone and you gain 30% damage, both melee and ranged, and you can dodge better. And he's a dodge build. So he wants to pick up a stone. Then he has Swarm for better hit chance and crit chance, 46%. See if there's Fatality. No. Art of Silent Death. That's giving him the 10% more. Counter blow. He wants to dodge and then crit counter you. So now he's at 51. If there's another unit, you're at 56, right? And then quick draw to swap weapons quickly. Interesting. And so if you remember back to, there's a lot of value with this guy if he's able to land a stacking minus 15% crit. You can have a very dangerous henchman. So again, crit and poison. I mean, you'd kind of expect it from Skaven. He has the prowl, which allows him a parry or a dodge. It's a dodgy post-dodge ambush is basically what it is. Sidestep basic for the dodge. Add rush this one has, and exhaustion. Again, everyone basically has exhaustion or mastery, so he has really high mobility, and then basic guidance. Which makes sense. Like, if you know your rat ogre's about to lose guidance, oh shit, let me exhaust and then guidance. Whew, lifesaver. There's that also, right? Okay, 41 as well. Break cut, counter blow, swarm, art of silent death. Quick draw, just like the other. Then there's sidestep, prowl, exhaustion, add rush. So just like the other one, 2 crit henchmen. See if the third one, stab. He's also 41. So art of silent death, swarm, counter blow, quick draw, sidestep, prowl, add rush, exhaustion. So if you see him bring a verminkin, don't attack into its dodge stance and be prepared to be crit. So very dangerous little units. You need to decide if you're going to take poison resistance against him or crit, and you won't know until then the battle starts. Oh shit, he brought the crit team and I brought poison, or oh boy, he brought or he bought poison and I bought poison, you know? So it'll be kind of interesting to see. Like if he brings the crit team and you bring Elven Wines, he might be in trouble. But if you bring a bunch of Elven Wines and he has poison, so there's going to be a little bit of Russian roulette. Or roulette. I don't know why it has to be Russian. Just game of chance here with what you see him bringing. So fun build. I'm happy to have Skaven. Paranoia is a dangerous player. It does look like I will kill you or die trying. There's like, it's crazy because he took acrobatic on a lot of units and gets 15 toughness, and they're still just struggling to clear 300. Everyone's mostly 295 exactly. There's a couple 325s, 310s. All right, kill or be killed. I do wonder if this is a mistake. Well, he'll let us know maybe, because I haven't seen melee resistance anywhere else in the warband.